Imagine this. You have a task in front of you. You know it will not take long. Maybe it is a short assignment. Maybe it is a simple email. Maybe it is a chapter you need to read. You keep telling yourself you will start in a minute. Then an hour passes, then two. Your brain feels heavy even before you begin. Here is the strange part. The task itself is not the problem. The problem is the friction your brain feels right before you start. Today you will learn one switch that removes that friction so any task feels lighter. Think about the last time you tried to study for an exam. You opened your books, you stared at the page, your mind jumped to your phone. TikTok, messages, random thoughts. Everything pulled your attention. You did not start because your brain expected the task to feel hard. This switch changes that feeling in less than 30 seconds. The switch is this. Break the start of the task into the smallest possible micro-action. Then tell your brain you will only do that micro-action, not the whole task. Here is why it works. Your brain reacts to effort. If something feels big, your brain delays it. If something feels small, your brain agrees to do it. You remove resistance by shrinking the starting point. Let me show you how fast this works. Say you need to write an assignment. The big version is sit for 1 hour and write. The micro version is open the document and write one sentence. Only one. Your brain accepts this. You type the sentence. After that, momentum kicks in and you keep going. Here is another example. You want to clean your room. The big version feels tiring. The micro version is pick up one item. You can do that fast. Once you pick up one item, you pick up the next without thinking. This is not a trick. It is a shift in how your brain measures effort. Here is where most people fail. They try to push through resistance by forcing discipline. That works for a day. Then burnout hits. Instead, you change the starting point so your brain feels safe to begin. Mini cliffhanger. The switch works even better with a tiny rule. The rule is the 2-minute limit. You choose a micro-action that can be done in under 2 minutes. This signals to your brain that the task is light. When the task feels light, you start. When you start, you continue. 2 minutes of reading, 2 minutes of writing, 2 minutes of cleaning, 2 minutes of planning, 2 minutes of revision. All of it works. Your brain is built to avoid pain. You lower the pain signal and your brain cooperates. Here is something you may not expect. This switch even helps with phone addiction. If your mind is stuck in scrolling mode, you do not fight the habit directly. You tell yourself you will stop scrolling for 2 minutes and stand up. That tiny pause breaks the loop. Another example. You want to start exercising, but the idea feels heavy. The micro-action is put on your shoes. Only that. Most people who put on their shoes end up doing a short workout without forcing it. At this point, you may wonder why this works so consistently. It works because your brain rewards progress, not size. A micro-action creates instant progress. Progress creates motivation. Motivation creates momentum. Here is a cliffhanger. There is one more layer that can double your results. Pair your micro-action with a clear cue. A cue is a simple signal that tells your brain it is time to start. A water bottle on your desk, a study playlist, a sticky note with the first micro-action, a clean corner of your table. You see your cue. You perform your micro-action. You start the task. Here is a short routine you can try today. Step 1. Choose one task that feels heavy. Step 2. Break the start into a micro-action that takes under 2 minutes. Step 3. Place a cue where you can see it. Step 4. Perform the micro-action without thinking. Step 5. Let momentum carry you. Do not aim for perfection, aim for action. Here is a quick breakdown for common situations. If you need to study, read one paragraph. If you need to revise notes, highlight one line. If you need to write, type one sentence. If you need to work out, do 2 push-ups. If you need to clean, pick up one item. If you need to reply to a message, write one clear line. You will notice something after a few days. Your brain becomes more willing to start tasks. Your resistance drops. Your procrastination fades. You train your brain to view tasks as light. Let me give you one more example from real life. Students who use this switch during exam season start studying faster and stress less. Young professionals who try this at work reduce delay on tasks they usually avoid. The effect is simple. You start more, you finish more. Here is your final cliffhanger. The real change does not happen when you finish a task. The real change happens when you begin without fear. Try this tonight. Choose one thing you have been avoiding. Set your cue, pick your micro action, do it without thinking.